and welcome to my podcast today. I am enjoying this beautiful weather. The weather's been great. I love springtime. I know that it's not realistic to hope that it was spring all the time, because spring is just a time of rebirth, a time of renewal. It's a time of spring break. It's a time of everybody getting dressed up in all kinds of bright colors to come to church, and it's just a great time to be alive. This year, and been a good year, and I read Pastor Trailer had a quote today, and it kind of sparked something in my mind. I thought I would share it with you. His quote was, "If you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, change your attitude." A quote by Maya Angelou. And, it sparked something in my mind. When the Bible talks about Daniel being a man with an excellent spirit, I believe it is speaking of his attitude. When the Bible, a spirit is a breath, air, it's buoyant. And so he had an excellent spirit. Every situation that he was in, he was captive. His captors had made him a eunuch. They tried to press upon him certain things that they expected out of him. And in every situation, whether it was persecution, whether it was criticism, whether it was people trying to find some fault in his life, he remained his buoyant self. He did not allow the circumstances to sink him, but rather doesn't matter how high the wave is, if you float, it doesn't matter how high or how low, you're still above that which would try to take you down. And the thought is that a woe is me attitude is going to experience woe, but a wow is me attitude is going to experience wow. The way we look at our world and the opportunities that we find ourselves presented with. No doubt we live in an economy that is depressed. We live in a culture that is less than moral. People don't know how to tell the truth, don't want to tell the truth, don't understand the value of telling the truth. People, we just look at all kinds of things and say, man, this place is going to hell in a handbasket. And it may be, but you and I have an opportunity to determine much of what happens in our world by the attitude that we have. Do we have an excellent spirit? I've made up in my mind I'm going to have a wow is me mentality. Whoa. No doubt the world is full of woe, but I'm reminded when men and women of God allow themselves to press through the momentary realities. When you get into the realm of the Spirit, you see things in a different perspective. And God has a way of blessing that. Attitude is such an important thing. I try to press this on my children, and sometimes I don't know whether I'm getting through to them. I am trying. Attitude is so important. If you understand how fortunate you are, how blessed you are, how many good things that are happening in your life, you're either going to see all the good or you're going to see all the bad. The other day, we were coming back from Meridian. There was a Building the Bridge conference, and I and some people from the church were there, and it's about 11 o'clock at night, and we were between Meridian and Jackson, Mississippi, and we pulled into a Wendy's, and my thought was, we've got a vehicle full of people, 6 or 7 orders. There's no way they're going to get it right. So, because I like my stuff a certain way, and everybody else either doesn't want pickles, or you know the story. And so we drove through there, and so we ordered what we ordered, and in front of us was a bus who had let out all the ball players, and they had been waiting in line at the window ordering, and so we came in after that. The sliding door opened, and we were greeted with just the most pleasant, friendly people that you would expect at a drive-thru at noon. But it wasn't noon. It was almost midnight. And we all had special orders. We asked them to be in separate bags. And a bunch of picky people. And do you know, these friendly, happy, excited people, we had fresh food, our order was right, and when we left, we were commenting about it. It was the perfect Wendy's experience because of the people that greeted us through that window. You know, when some young people think they're too good to work at Wendy's, here these young people are working with a good attitude and paying attention to get the order right. And I told a few of them in the truck as we pulled off, those young people are going to go far in life because attitude is going to affect the rest of their life. And if they can have a good attitude at midnight, working at Wendy's, dealing with the kind of people you have to deal with in retail, God is going to bless them if they will continue to have that kind of attitude, because that's what success breeds success, and success comes to people with a good attitude. You know, I had something kind of interesting happen to me today, and I'll be through. Went to go eat lunch with a friend of mine, and I wanted to go somewhere kind of fast, and it wouldn't cost a lot of money, so we went through Popeyes. And as I walked in, I saw a man. I could tell he was a district manager of some sort. And I walked up to him, and I just told him, I asked him, I said, "Are you district manager?" He said, "Yes, I'm the," whatever his title was. And I said, "Well, I just want to tell you," I said, "the people here are friendly. The food is always good. I think it's the best Popeyes I've ever been to. And I said, it's always clean. I don't have any complaints." I said, "We come here, fairly regularly. My kids like it. I mean, who doesn't like Popeyes?" And so, anyway, and he said, "Well, I appreciate you saying that." I said, "Well, I just figure, you'd like to know that." So he said, "You got a pen?" And so he started writing on a piece of card, and he said, "You can bring your family, and then we'll give you some chicken." And I said, "Well, if you're going to give me chicken," I said, "really and truly, if you'll make it for strips instead of pieces, my kids really like the strips." And so he finished it out. It was 12 pieces of chicken. So he handed me that. He said, "We don't give out cards with free strips." He said, "But how many strips do you want?" And so I said, "Well," and he said, I'll make them and send them home with you today." And so I just simply made a kind remark. I was trying to be nice to the people because all the things I said were true. And he gave me 12 strips, 20 strips, 12 pieces of chicken. And today I was able to taste the benefit of kindness. And I really believe that all of us, we need to be able to elevate our attitude and understand that we don't always get kindness reciprocated back to us. But if you live a life of kindness, you live a life of trying to do good, to see good, to be good, good's going to be what comes back to you. In the midst of challenge, in the midst of things that are against us, we can find a way to be sure that we are building bridges to people, that we are being salt and light. And sometimes the most powerful salt and light we can be is the light that we shine through smiling faces and kind eyes and uplifting words. So those are my thoughts. I kind of rambled a little bit. But it's a beautiful day. Did I mention that it's a beautiful day? Today is Wednesday, and Easter is coming up this Sunday, and I'm just glad to be here. And I encourage you to visit my personal blog, which will be under here somewhere, maybe in the description area. And God bless you, and hope you have a wonderful day. Have an excellent spirit. Do something nice, and see what good comes from it, because it always comes back. God bless you.